So I don't know if you can tell from looking at my face, but I'm completely exhausted right now because for I don't know how many hours now I've been just working on launching the new platform that I want to launch, the learning platform. And because of that, I've been having to learn so much about HTTP. I've been just reading so much stuff and like just trying to figure it out and implementing stuff correctly that at this moment I just need to go rest, and probably I'm going to have some dreams about HTTP at this point. But before I wrap up for today, I just wanted to record this video and basically talk about why I think that it's so important in these moments to be able to just know this stuff at the core, like everything when it comes to programming, and just have this willingness to go a bit deeper than usual. So the reason that I'm basically learning HTTP, what I would consider like quote unquote from scratch, is because I'm implementing a Git server completely also from scratch, and I don't want to use any kind of service like Gidia, nothing that already has some kind of implementation, because I need something very different than usual, and for that reason I wanted to do everything from scratch. And the thing that is making me want to learn this stuff more and more is because as I start to learn HTTP in the correct way, like actually reading the RFCs and understanding how to implement things correctly in a secure way, which is also very important, I'm starting to realize how much it's actually helping everywhere else. So like I said, security first of all, I'm seeing that as I learn HTTP more and more for these couple weeks, and last couple of days have been much more hardcore than usual. But the first thing that I'm noticing is that now if I were to need to implement something like a authentication system, just a very basic server, even if I don't write everything from scratch, stuff would be much easier, and it would make much more sense than it would previously, simply because now I understand everything when it comes to the actual implementation details. So if you were to ask me just a couple of months ago, the details when it comes to the connections, how the connections are established, what it means to have HTTP 1.1 like you can see here on the screen, what it means to have HTTP 2, all those kinds of things, they didn't really connect to me. Like I had that idea of the abstraction of HTTP, like you send a request and you get something back, but I didn't even understand how it was possible to, for example, with some requests to ask for the connection to basically stay open long term for stuff like WebSocket. And now it all makes a lot more sense, and it's actually not that difficult to begin with. Then also the security kind of things, just in general, if I were to now implement something in HTTP, I'm much more confident that I'm not going to make silly mistakes when it comes to the security implementation of stuff. And more important than this, I think it's the ability to have control over what I build. So you can use something like Express, the She router with Go. I'm still going to use those tools for most of the projects that I build, but the ability to have this knowledge to go down a layer of abstraction and just say, okay, now I know how to implement this, it's a great thing. A couple of things that have been very interesting to me. First of all, I didn't know about a security vulnerability when it comes to setting the content length. So we can either set with HTTP 1.1 the content length and we set the number of bytes, or we can say that the transfer encoding is going to be chunk. That means that we basically send the length of the next line, then we send a CRLF \r\n, so a new line essentially, and then we send the actual line with the data. We then do the exact same thing, CRLF, and then we specify again the length, and then we do that again and again until we reach the end of our content, the data that we want to send over the wire. And at that point we say we send a 0, and then same thing, a new line, CRLF, and then a new line again, and that closes sort of the connection, the request itself signals that the request is over. Now the problem here is that we have two different ways of setting the length of the content of the body. So when we send the two, what do we actually choose? And because of this, there are a lot of different security problems that come from this, which I was not aware of. And again, just because I'm now implementing all of this stuff from scratch and taking the time to read everything and actually understand it, it means that I am much more aware of these things, which at the end of the day, I don't really think are that complex if you actually take the time to read first stuff and actually understand it. I just just think that most of us, myself included, like especially because I started without a computer science background, that means that I just didn't know about these things. And for me, again, it's very weird to think that for me HTTP was just okay, send a request and get something back, and I don't really care about the details. But now I do, and I think it's important. So yeah, I just wanted to share this before I wrap it up for today. Again, if you also if you want to join the new learning platform that I'm building, I still honestly don't even know what I'm going to call it. I'm going to leave a link in the description below so you can join the waiting list, and maybe also join the like this alpha phase of the project if you want to sort of support the project both like monetarily and also with your feedback. So yeah, this is it, and I'll see you on the next one.